So this is really going to be a bit of a short, just direct explanation as to what the John Cena Classic is. Because for some reason, I think when it was explained initially, it was a bit like, that's kind of confusing.
Yeah.
But then I sort of looked into it a bit more and thought, oh, okay, it makes a lot of sense to me. But it just seems like there's a lot of confusion as to what this is. And I don't really get the confusion. I think people are completely misreading it and looking way too hard into it. So from my perspective, the basis of it is that similar to when John Cena retired, that's the sort of night we'll get. It'll be exhibition matches where it'll be an NXT guy versus a main roster guy. There'll be 4 or 5 matches, and then by the end of the night, fans will vote and say, this was my favorite. So let's take the John Cena the retirement as an example. Say you watched that, and let's say Ober didn't win his match. Ober and Cody didn't. No one won that match. It was a DQ or something happened. I can't remember exactly what happened. I remember it was a no contest.
Drew came in.
Drew interrupted. DQ. So no one really won that match. Now, if you went away from that and you went, all right, Ober didn't win that match, but he really impressed me, and I loved Ober, then you can go, I want to vote Ober. So by the end of the night, people go, the winner of the night and the winner of the Classic is Ober Femi. And that's all it really is WWE's way of going, who do the fans like? So if at the end of the show they're going, we're going to chuck a load of guys out, this guy we think is really over, this guy we think we're not really sure about, and then the guy they're not really sure about turned out to be really popular with the crowd, they might go, okay, cool, they're really over with the crowd, we're going to push this guy. And I think that's basically all it is. I think the whole trophy thing is going to be like a token trophy, similar to when we had the Night of Champions thing when they left with that massive belt. I think it's literally going to be, here's like a trophy. Here's like, you are the John Cena Classic.
Kind of like the Andre the Giant Battle Royal trophy, I guess.
Yeah. Literally one of those. It'll be a trophy. You might get like a John Cena spinner belt or something. It's just something to put.
I would hope it'd be the spinner belt.
Hopefully, but it's going to be like an accolade of some sort that'll be on that night and that night alone, and that'll be it. Like, there'll be no defending it. Like, you know, it's not as if the next Classic comes around and you've got to fight someone for the belt because you are the John Cena Classic champion. Be none of that. It'll just be a token trophy of, here you go, you are the John Cena Classic winner, and we know now that the fans are really invested in you, so we're probably going to push you. And either call you up to the main roster, or if you're more inexperienced, go, right, okay, we'll give you an NXT title run, so we can kind of see what you're like on top. And I think that's generally all it is. And I know there's been rumours of tournaments and stuff, and I think...
So this is where I was getting a bit confused. What I thought it was, for some other reason, I thought they were doing like exhibition matches like they did in the lead-up to Saturday's main event, John Cena's retirement match. Remember when weekly we were having the matches to determine who was going to be in it? I thought...
No, because there was never 4 in it. It was who was going to retire John Cena. That's all the tournament was.
It was. You're right.
Was the winner got the match to retire John
Cena. Yeah, you're absolutely correct.
So I feel like, unless he mentioned it and I missed it, I feel like the tournament thing has come from fans rather than John himself. But if it has come from John himself, then the only assumption I could make is, for example, let's say you're going to be wrestling Cody Rhodes or Roman Reigns at the event. NXT, or like guys who are not like main roster, you know, say like an Akira Tozawa, an Otis, you know, guys who are not the top of the card, then have a tournament, and the winner of that gets to wrestle Roman Reigns. That's all I can assume it'll be. I genuinely don't think it's going to be a tournament where it's going to be like a men's and a women's tournament and the finalists, and this is going to happen, that's going to happen. And I just think the reason why the matches are not so important as to who wins and loses is because if, again, for example, let's say we've got Cody Rhodes versus some guy from NXT who WWE are ready for, but are not ready to be called up, Cody Rhodes is not going to win that match. Not going to lose that match, So it's like, why would you have, if you're going to put them in a big match, you don't want your big main roster guys to lose because they're in a big feud or because they're a world champion. They can't lose the match. So the fan vote thing is basically for them to go, we had a very competitive match. Yes, I came up short, but the fans are invested in me, so I can be a next star.
One of my bigger questions here is, who do we... you look at NXT now, and I still don't watch NXT, but I kind of keep up with it through social media. So you look at the NXT roster right now, and I'll be real, I think it's fucking awful. Like, all the call-ups are now obviously on Raw and SmackDown. Do they count? So say like a fucking Ricky Saints, right? Is he now a WWE superstar, or is he going to be an NXT person fighting someone like Cody Rhodes? Or
no, he'd be a WWE superstar.
So we'll have someone like Mason Rook versus Ricky Saints, possibly.
Yeah.
I find that a little bizarre. Because there's not, like, I'm enjoying the call-ups, but they're not, like, main roster to me still. They're still kind of the NXT starters coming up. So, like, to have someone like, I don't know, Sol Ruka versus someone really small on NXT, it almost feels like they're the same level. I know they're not realistically because she is on Raw. But it just feels like they haven't been there that long to call them WWE superstars. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I find that a bit bizarre.
I can't see that them giving them someone like a Sol Ruka, because I think she wrestled Bayley. Which I think makes a lot of sense. Yeah. It was Cody and Oba. It was Javon and someone.
Javon and Leon versus AJ Lee, Dragon Lee, and AJ Styles.
Yeah. So again, like I think it's gonna be more that where you'll have like an established main roster guy versus an NXT call-up.
But like you're obviously going to have Oba on the show. Let's be real. He's probably gonna win it. Like, do you know what I mean? But
maybe not though. Because I think personally, I think they would go for more of the likes of Bayley and stuff, because as popular as Bayley is, she's not, like, I think if you put Oba in that tournament, he's winning. He's not a tournament in the night.
He's winning.
He's probably going to win the fan vote because everyone loves him. Same as you put like a Trick Williams in this.
Yeah.
So I think they'll put more like established. Let's say like an Natalia in there, or let's say like a Sami Zayn in there, or you know, even a Carmelo. Like I'm a fan of Carmelo, but he's not exactly like stupidly over the top popular, but can put on incredible matches. So someone along those lines, a Miz. You said Miz. Like someone along those lines where they're more like in the mid, or like they're a big enough star that if you beat them as an NXT superstar, it's a big deal.
It's a big win,
But they're not like stupidly over to the point where it's kind of pointless putting them in there because the fans are going to vote for them. So I really don't think it'll be like an Oba Femi or anyone like that. I think at best we'll get like a Cody, or we'll get like a Roman.
I think we'll have a main event, kind of a big kind of main event.
I think we'll have like a big champion, whether it's male or female. We'll have one big champion, just for like a big NXT guy to come up and sort of see how they would do in a main event level match. But I think it's literally just an exhibition night. It's literally just a way of showing people who's up and coming. The next people are coming up.
Which I have no problem with. If anything, that Saturday's main event was actually really good. I kind of re-watched it yesterday because I was kind of doing a bit of things, and it was actually a really good event. Like, obviously the main event didn't go how anyone wanted realistically,
of course.
But the night was a really good showcase, and now you look back and they're all established names essentially now, so it did its job, which was good.
It did its job perfectly, and I think especially being so late in the year, like all of a sudden Rumble comes around, Sol Ruka comes out, you go, oh my god, shit, that's Sol Ruka. I literally just watched her wrestle the other week. Oba comes out, you go, oh shit, that's the guy that nearly beat Cody. Like, I know who this guy is. Javon, I think, was more on the roster, but still, Javon comes out and you're going, oh yeah, I watched you the other night on John Cena's retirement match. So it's literally, this is all it is. It's almost like an introduction. Because you get on that John Cena Classic, say like just like Mason Rook for example, just because he's
the big one right now.
Huge talking point at the moment. So say he comes up there now and he wrestles, let's just say Cody, for example. He doesn't win, but, you know, he wins the John Cena Classic. Like, people are very invested in people, you know, he goes on to win the John Cena Classic. The next time you see him then, come the Rumble, everyone's going, oh, God, I remember that guy. I know that guy. You know, I can't wait to see this guy wrestle. So it helps. Like, I think it's kind of weird how much people actually watch NXT or pay attention to NXT, because I didn't realize until you see the latest call
it's massive now,
and see the reactions to them. You're like, oh, okay, like seeing Trick come up and everyone losing their minds. It's like, oh, right.
Apart from Ricky Saints, who had like no reaction.
No, unfortunately so. But he hasn't been there long enough for me anyway. I don't think he's been there long enough. But yeah, you've got a lot of guys coming up from NXT that people do know and do remember, and people are like, without this sort of John Cena Classic, are going, oh, right, cool, I know who these people are. But I agree with you in the sense of like the people who have come up seems like they've taken all the stars out of NXT now.
100%.
There's a few, like we've got Evil, who I can't remember exactly what they've called him.
Nakura,
So there's a few, like something like that, yeah. So they've got like more established guys, like more, wrestlers, rather than just athletes who are trained to be wrestlers in there. So there's a few guys who you could just go, oh, we'll put you in there. Even like a Leon Slater, I would assume, is going to end up in NXT soon.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if you can just kind of go, right, like, again, Mason Rooker's, he is a wrestler. Like, there's a few guys in there you can just kind of put in.
Yeah.
Just to be like, all right, you're established names.
I'd honestly say the female kind of division in NXT is stronger because you've got quite a few names in the female division. So you could do there's quite a few matches there that kind of make themselves, which seem interesting. But yeah, so it's the men's side that has me a little bit like, I hope they do something good with it. So
yeah, and I think that's kind of what it's for. I think because you don't have the name value that we did say like a year or so ago, all the more established people in NXT. Because I think a lot of the guys now have been called up, especially like the newer guys, the non-wrestlers sort of thing, the athletes who've come over. They've been there for like 2 or 3 years and had like a lot of stories and stuff. So by the time they're getting called up, like a Trick, for example, by the time he does come up, he's been there long enough that he's established himself. He knows who he is. Like, he's got like a fan base and things like that. Whereas, like, obviously, because all those guys have been called up, it is like a proper fresh start. So I guess this is basically a way of them just going, look who
we've got,
NXT guys. Yeah, like, it's almost a way of them going, let's see what you can do, and also their way of going, these are the new people to invest time in for fans.
And was it strictly NXT, or are they opening it up to like TNA and stuff like that?
I believe NXT, maybe TNA, because we did have a Leon Slater, as I said. So whether there is like a prospect on NXT, on TNA, for example, or
was AAA? Yeah, was AAA involved, or was it?
No, not in that one. Right. But they might be a prospect they've got there. I think over time, I think they've kind of obviously invested time with Joe Hendry. He's come up. I think they're going to invest time into Leon Slater as like the next project. There's probably going to be somebody in AAA that they kind of got their eye on to bring over. So I wouldn't be surprised if that happens, where they just kind of go, okay, we'll try you out over here to see sort of what reaction you get. So yeah, I think that's basically what it is. It's just a trial for fans and a trial for the wrestlers to go, can you compete at this level, and do the other fans invested in you?
I'm also just curious on how the voting system works, because we haven't been told anything like that yet. So I'm praying it's not like behind a paywall of something like Club WWE.
Yeah,
so I'm praying
possibly. Yeah, that's a very good possibility.
I agree.
They will do that, or there'll at least be a voting system of sorts on there. I would assume it'll be online.
I'm assuming it's going to be like a QR code, and then you can fill it in, which would be great. But then, like, I just don't know what way then they kind of determine the votes, and if they have any like background way of kind of making it their own.
Oh, 100%.
That's what I mean. So like we could all vote for like, we'll use the example again of Mason Rook. We could all vote for him, but at the end of it, we just get the winner of like the most obvious person. And I kind of hope it isn't that. Do you know what I mean? I want this to be a proper fan thing. So
yeah, I feel like this will, but I also think it'll depend. I think the first one will for sure, and it will depend on how that one goes as to whether they continue to do it going forward.
Yeah,
because if the guy that they want wins, then they'll be like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Or if there's a guy that they're thinking, because there's a high possibility. Let's just say, and I'm not shitting on Akira Tozawa here, but let's just say like Akira Tozawa ends up in a match of some sort. Yeah. Like, even if it's like a fatal 4-way tag match, I'm saying, it's him and Otis against like all these prospects. You've got like Obafemi, you've got Cody, you've got like incredible names in there, and everyone goes, Akira Tozawa, to take the piss.
Yeah.
And there's a high possibility they might go, right, okay, you're taking the piss.
Yeah, you're joking. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, there is always that possibility that you give it to the fans, and there is always that chance that they'll go, fuck you, mate, we're going to give it to a guy that you don't want to give it to.
We're going to continuously give it to R-Truth. Like.
Yeah, but I think that first one will for sure, and I think the rest will dictate, because they used to do pay-per-views where it was fan voting.
Yeah, it was called Cyber something, wasn't it?
Cyber Sunday and Taboo Tuesday. And I think with that, I know the first few were 100% proper fan voted, and I believe towards the end they kind of started shifting it,
right,
or at least making it more, what matches could it be? A hardcore match, an Extreme Rules match, or a chairs, you know what I mean? Like, they would be all very similar matches, very similar people.
Yeah, of course.
So you were kind of like, you'd be able to dictate what match it was going to be without you still got a fan vote, but it's barely a fan vote.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, I don't know. I think that's pretty much what it's going to be.
Yeah.
Whether the fan vote thing lasts or not, I don't know. But yeah, I think that's all it really is.
Yeah, and I feel like it's been
like,
made more of a dramatic thing than it needed to be. And obviously, so far, we've only had that one segment of John Cena kind of saying it. Like, they definitely don't know the whole ins and outs of it themselves yet. They've definitely just gone, this is what he wants to do. This sounds like an interesting night. And like I said, that Saturday Night's Main Event was really good. Once you look back on it, it was actually very good. So if they can do this and keep it a thing and keep it fair and keep it entertaining, I think it'll be a really good PLE. So...
Yeah, me too. I think it'll just be a fun night where you can just kind of go, oh, cool, I like this guy.
Yeah, nothing's on the line.
Seen more of him.
Nothing. There's no major decisions to be made. It's just a kind of fun night to enjoy, which I think is one you need, really. Yeah. So
I think something coming out of it would be nice. Would say like just for to give them something as a John Cena Classic winner instead of just here's a token belt or here's a token prize. It's just to say if you win the John Cena Classic, we most popular, you get a title match of your choice.
Yeah.
Because I think you could do some cool things with that. Whether it's an NXT guy who's not ready and they can go, okay, I'll go for the NXT title. Or it's an NXT guy that is ready that could go, all right, fuck it, I'm going for the Intercontinental title. You know what I mean? Like, it's a cool way to call someone up. So I think that would be a nice, prize for the winner to just kind of give them a little bit of an incentive, give a little bit of jeopardy or of something to fight for, I guess, for the tournament. I think that'd be a nice thing to do. Whether they do that or not, I don't know. I doubt it, but I just think...
Yeah. Like I said,
it's more just clearing things up.
Yeah.
It's not as difficult. It's
a
few matches, and you go, I like that guy, and that's basically it. That's all it is.
I think people are up in arms about it because if someone you like wins, it doesn't mean they win the championship. And I'm like, that's. You can watch any other PLE for that. You can watch any other fucking Raw or SmackDown for that. It does. Yeah. Why does it matter on this one night that is up is showcasing up-and-comers? Like, just chill.
Yeah. Oh, he's lost, so how can he win?
Don't worry about it. Yeah.
That's all it is.
It's a bit of a jokey night, if anything. Don't we just chill?
It's just a bit of fun.
Yeah.
It's a bit of fun.
I agree.
Don't worry about it. And if you don't want them to win, don't fucking vote for them.
Yeah. Tozawa will win.
Come on, Tozawa. I know. I feel like I rinse on Tozawa so much. But I love Tozawa. It's not because I don't like him. It's just someone I think,
one.
He's just not anywhere near the top of the card, bless him. Scared to pick over.
But I mean, hopefully that's it, and we can all calm down now. Chill.
Yeah. Thank you. Cheers for watching. This has been a public information video.